Hello and welcome to the Trading with Ashley show. Well, today's red is tomorrow's green. It's one of my favorite sayings that I share with my community members. And quite frankly, a day like today, when the market sells off like it has, you really need to be a part of a community so that you can not only keep your wits about you and have confidence going into the market, but so that you can get potential trade ideas and setups. Now, my members that have been with me for a while, we were ready for today. We had cashed up, we had our money sitting on the sidelines, and we know when the VIX spikes, we jump in and we were able to sell incredible puts today, and the premium was so wonderful to see. Now, I made over $18,000 just today on selling puts. And I am going to show you some of the trades that I made so that you can get a better sense for how this works. And who knows, we may get another opportunity this week, but I for sure wanted to capitalize on this. It gives me the opportunity to go in with confidence because you'll see I was selling puts on quality companies and my strike prices were super low. And because the VIX was high today, I was able to actually get incredible premium for going a little bit further out. Now, once the market settles down and things normalize, I'll be able to buy all these contracts back really early, about 50% in profit, some maybe more. But this is the way you do it. You have to be ready. You have to be ready to strike, and you have to know what you're doing. So to help those individuals that are always wanting to get into this game, they just don't know where to start, I will soon be announcing a new boot camp that I will be running to help educate those that are interested in learning how to do this for a living. Now, I must share with you, I do announce boot camps to my Discord members first. I do allow them the opportunity to upgrade their membership to get into the boot camp. And we do have a waiting list that will actually fill the camp completely. So if you are interested in getting into my next boot camp, the first step you should consider taking is going ahead and joining Ashley's Inner Circle. This is where I will announce it and I will let those who are already in there jump in. And then if we have spots available after that, I will open it up to the general public. Now, I'm super excited for our members, and especially one. I just got off the phone with him today, and he has hit a personal goal. His account has crossed over the $3 million threshold. And so this is exciting for him to be able to become a millionaire 3 times over with what he has learned about trading options. And if you're properly trained, there's no reason you should not beat the S&P year after year. In fact, we have done a study with our members that have gone through boot camp, and they have enjoyed an additional 30% increase in their portfolios from someone who hasn't attended boot camp. It's knowing the right entries and the right exits. It will help you surpass your wildest dreams. Now, one thing you'll notice about all of today's trades, one, we went very low with our strike price at strong levels of support. These would be wonderful prices to be assigned the shares, even though they're well off of the prices that we're experiencing today. So going that low allowed us to boldly take these trades, plus we went further out in time. Most of them expire in 4 or 5 months from now. And what I will do is once the volatility normalizes and things get back to normal, the stock market starts moving up again in the right direction, then most of these puts that I sold today will very quickly get to the 50% profit margin. At that point, I will reevaluate it. More than likely, I will buy them back, and that will free up all of that capital for additional trades. So one of the first things I do is I am now looking at the range for the day. I see here we have spanned 192.31 all the way up to 194. So ideally, I would execute this trade when we're probably about right here, which would be about 193. So I'll kind of take a look at that. I may put in a limit order. Also, I want to go look at my key levels on my technical analysis, Bollinger Band, etc. Let's go take a look. I'm looking at the 3-month chart, and I see that we've just entered the bottom part of the Bollinger Band, and obviously because of what we have going on, the RSI is starting to slip, but we're still above 50 on the RSI, which is good. Now, we do have earnings coming up at the beginning of February, so I want to look at some key levels of support to see if I can just get some really good deals out there. I like instinctively going to this 200-day moving average. This is 172 because this provides a real good level of support. So I might go take a look and see what I can get if I go this low. It's $20 under where we currently are, but I may be able to get some really good premium today. So let's go see. And this is looking pretty good. Due to the volatility, I can go down below the 200-day moving average and I can get $505. That's about 170 is the strike price. And it looks like there is a lot of open interest at that one. So let's see about going to place that trade now. I am going to go ahead and put in a limit order for $5. It's rapidly moving today, so hopefully this will get filled at some point. But it looks like my max gain is 500. My max loss is 16.5 on this trade. I'm going to go ahead and preview it and place it. Yay, our patience paid off and we got a fill at $5. Let's look at NVIDIA's price action for the day. So it is stretched from 117 all the way up to 128. And we had looked in the video last night that 110 would be a good level of support, potentially because it was under the 200-day moving average. So let's go see what we can get if we were to sell that put expiring in June now. Now, this is just a follow-up to last night's video. For those of you that saw what I was trying to accomplish, I was looking at the June 20th strike, and I had wanted to look at the 110 strike price. So what you see is what's happening today. This today paid $1,042. This was at the end of the day. And then in yesterday's video, we looked at it, and it was paying $395. But the reason it increased so much is it's two factors. It's one, the price of NVIDIA had come down so dramatically, we were able to get a lot more for this particular strike price, and volatility had increased. And so this is the beauty of knowing what you're doing, knowing how to adjust your trading style to a dip in the market. And this also proves that it really is best to wait to sell puts until we're having a red day, and a dramatic red day like today. Because look, we were able to get over $600 more in premium for the same exact strike price just because of how the market moved. Congratulations to us. We got another fill on a contract. We got $10.90 per contract, so that added an extra $2,178 to our premium for the day. Here's Microsoft. Microsoft had gotten as low as around $423.50. We're up much higher than that right now. So this one might be a good one to watch throughout the day and look at putting in a limit order if we can get down maybe here at least to the middle. Here's what Microsoft is looking like on a technical analysis perspective. We have it right here sitting upon the 200-day moving average. So it has lower to go when you look at it from a Bollinger Band perspective. Let's see what a good price may get. Now, we've got earnings coming up, so this would go much lower due to the fact that we do have earnings going up, and I want to remain as safe as possible while I'm doing these larger trades. If we go below the band, we're looking at about 410, and that may be a really good spot. It's really good to look at candle touches at this point too. Let me zoom out and see if we can't get a more clear picture of where there's a level of support aside from these moving averages. 400 looks to be a really good level. You can see here it went barely below 400 back here in August. This was that crazy time with August the 5th, and then it bounced up from there. So if we wanted to be really conservative, we might look at that 400 level. Let's see what we can get in premium. It looks like this particular put at the $400 level is offering a little bit over $1,200 right now. So I think this is a good trade. Now, my max loss is larger because this is a more expensive stock. We're looking at $38,000, and it's accounting for the premium that I am receiving. So let's go ahead and see if we can't get this trade to fill. All right, great. This one filled at $1,255. So we just clocked in $1,255 for agreeing to buy Microsoft at a very strong level of support. Let's take a look at Amazon. Now, this is trading at the higher part of the day, so we will probably put in a limit order. It is right now, looks like it has been down. It's down about 2%. So I don't know. We may go ahead and get that fill. Let's take a look at the technicals. So we're still above 50 on the RSI, and we're trading quite a bit above the 200-day moving average, which sits right here at about 192. So this would be a really good spot. I think it has a far way to fall before we get there, and that would be a very good pickup if I were able to be assigned the shares at that 200-day moving average at this point. This is one of the lower premiums that I'll get, but still it's Amazon, and I feel really good about the trade. So I am going to go ahead and execute this trade. I'll be getting $450. Max loss is $1,950. This one has yet to fill. I'm just going to leave it there and let's see if it'll get filled throughout the day. We'll check back. And my patience paid off. It looks like this got filled at $4.50 throughout the day, adding another $449 to my premium collected for the day. And this would allow me to get Amazon at a very fair price. Quality stock, fair price, and get paid to do it. You cannot beat that. As you can see, this went on throughout the day, me finding incredible setups, executing the trade, alerting my Discord members, and we all ended the day probably one of our best trading days of the year. Things finally slowed down enough for me to calculate all the premiums I made today. It was well over $18,000. I hope you found that helpful. Remember, if you're with me, Trading with Ashley, there is no trader left behind. Now, if you want to watch a video that I prepared yesterday that showed you exactly how to use volatility to your benefit, I want you to watch that right here.